Grand Rising, good people. Are you ready for the Astro-Weather week? July 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, Pisces, Aries moon. Cancer season's winding down. And guess who joined the retrograde party yesterday? Saturn. Let's talk about it. Pew. Grand Rising, good people. It's Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology, with the Astro-Weather Weekly Report. How you feeling? It's Cancer season winding down. My Cancer birth chart sale still rocking to the 21st. This is the last week, so jump up on it. And happy birthday to Cancers. Remember, it's 305 or 206, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Saturn went retrograde yesterday, joining Neptune and Pluto. Then we have Mercury and then Chiron. So remember I told you July is a month of reflecting, introspection, redoing, analyzing, and assessing. And there's a lot happening behind the scenes with the transition of our financial affairs, really getting with XRP and Ripple and Bitcoin. So, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, ceasefires, negotiations, things around the tariffs. Sorry, my brain. Finally got some good, decent sleep the last 2 nights, so I'm feeling a little bit back to myself. But now my throat is bothering me a little bit, too much air conditioning. But the moon's in Pisces, 9 degrees. We're looking, even though it's going to be coming out later, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. So it should finish up at around 15 degrees East Coast, maybe get to 16 on the West Coast. All right, that's for Monday. It's the day of the moon, introspection, the Pisces moon. Drink a lot of water, creativity, Pisces sun signs. Try doing some intermittent fasting Monday and Tuesday. Reactivate your body on your cellular level. No drugs, no sex, no alcohol, no cursing. Watch your boca. And we will get, late on Tuesday, we will get that sun moon trine. So that's going to be nice. We have Saturn, Neptune retrograde in Aries. Remember, Saturn September 1st goes back into Pisces. Neptune October 22nd. And Uranus in Gemini. How have your dreams been? I did a little check-in on Instagram, but I wonder with you guys, comment down below how you've been feeling since Uranus has entered Gemini and Jupiter Cancer. With your emotional intelligence, your nervous system, the central nervous system, your downloads. Remember, thought and communications can be rushed or hurried, can be spun around, thrown off, can be like suddenly charged with downloads of thoughts and ideas. I know as a Scorpio rising, Uranus, Gemini, I had a dream about a friend that passed away a few years back, came to me in a dream. So these are things that can happen, okay? What we've got to really understand is that we have to continue building this new earth and this new reality with intention and our legacy, right? That we got, sorry, I forgot to quiet my phone, with, this Capricorn new full moon that we just had. So lean into it, lean into your goal setting, lean into the discipline and the healthy boundaries and spiritual discipline. All right. So that's going to be a key to kind of get us through all the storms that are coming up and prayers. All this rain is still happening as they're trying to clean up and potentially see if there's anybody else still alive. So shout out, still a lot of prayers for Texas and Carvel, Texas, and the camp and all the people still missing and all the lives lost. It's tragic. Just like it's tragic every day, people trying to get food and water being killed in Gaza. It's terrible. You know what I mean? Just trying to get the bare necessities. And as they try to do that, they're being attacked. It's heartbreaking. So, but what we've got to really focus on is how can we change the frequency of our planet, so that the energy of war is just stomped out and can't even exist. That's a deeper conversation and concept. But as we choose ascension and as we choose faith over fear and we choose not to be energy harvested, then the reality around us will change. And so that's a homework assignment for us all, to choose love and light and positivity and ascension. It can sound corny and hokey, believe me, but that energy, that prayer, that intention, that mindfulness, those conscious choices, not to fall into our subconscious limited matrix programming, we can make moves. We will make moves. Let's get to the chart for the Astro-Weather week of the Pisces, Aries moon, Cancer season winding down. And Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be on with Lisa Salvatore breaking down this Mercury retrograde, which is coming on the 18th, and also 9:45 p.m. Pacific on the 17th for 3 weeks, right? So go watch my YouTube channel. I put up my video from Coffee Talk breaking down Mercury retrograde. That video's out. And we watch Lisa Salvatore and I on her channel, and I'll be posting it in my IG and YouTube and TikTok. And that's Tuesday, July 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. You don't want to miss it. She's amazing, and I plan on being pretty amazing on her channel too. All right, Eric Taylor, BigEAstro, Astro of the Week. Pew. Yo, make it happen Monday. Well, it's the moon day, and the sun in Cancer in that third decan, 22 degrees, Capricorn degree, building, emotionally checking in, building that legacy and reality to feel more safe and secure, right? Pay attention where Jupiter's at. Jupiter, right? We're coming off this moon-Jupiter trine this morning, okay? You may have felt that around 8 a.m. or 5 a.m. Pacific. That's really nice, right? Being in the spiritual and emotional flow. So this moon will get closer tonight and really tomorrow, conjunct the North Node. So as you go to sleep and as you're sleeping and then wake up tomorrow, you're going to feel the moon conjunct the Pisces North Node. So on a Monday, when we're back to work and back to kind of like the start of the week, and the Pisces moon, we want to kind of get into a little bit more compassion and empathy and self-love for ourselves and others. The Uranus sextile, right, in Gemini, to Saturn and Neptune, and the trine to Pluto, this energy is here for a while. So this means that we're going to have great advances, like with the Ripple, Bitcoin, XRP, and crypto, and they're switching the currencies, and also so many advances in free energy. And, got cars made out of fuel from plastic. There's a young brother doing that on Instagram in California. No, he's in Oregon, I believe, and he's incredible. These are the things you're going to hear more of and see more things on research and technology and stem cell. I told you the Waymo cars coming to more states than just Arizona and Nevada. The, Pluto retrograde getting closer and closer to Uranus. That's each day it's going to intensify, and even transformation that you may experience or see or feel through technology or science innovations, okay? So you can really tap into that, just like this Uranus sextiling the Saturn and Neptune, okay? The Saturn-Neptune sextile is very powerful, okay? So you're going to see Saturn and Neptune here, and more so the Saturn. And so that's letting you know that as you assert and initiate, through discipline and not being impulsive, you can make, crazy advances and downloads, right? You got to make sure and check in what's real. With Neptune sextile Uranus, right? We can kind of integrate these downloads and bring them into sovereign reality once we initiate and assert ourselves properly. So that's the agenda for Monday. let's check out this Pisces moon, which should be at around 21 or 22 degrees on Tuesday, July 15th. It'll be a Pisces moon when I'm on live with Lisa Salvatore tomorrow night. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Yo, Tuesday. Think about it, Tuesday, the day of Mars, the planet Mars. Work with the days of the week. Upper body, exercise, run your errands, the busiest day. Investigate, research. Mars is still dancing in Virgo, right? And opposing the Pisces moon. Okay, so there's the Mars and the Pisces moon opposing the South Node and conjunct the Pisces North Node. So this is 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. The Pisces moon should finish up at around 28 degrees, get to 29 on the West Coast. So on Wednesday, we will have that Aries moon at 9 a.m. and 12 Eastern at around 5 degrees. Okay, should be around between 4 and 6 degrees, but I think it should be around 5 degrees. But Tuesday, be in the flow. This is a good time to, manifest through your water, maybe in Epsom salt bath, Celtic sea salt, crystals, get your shungite. We got to tap in and see how Lilith is doing, because one thing that we know with the flow, Juno and Lilith, down here in Scorpio. So Lilith is trining the moon and the North Node. So we also have the sun. So this is the day, as the day goes on, you're going to feel this grand water trine. Okay? So you're dealing with the sun, and you'll feel it on Monday too, because of the moon trining the North Node. But this Monday and Tuesday are days where, your inner and outer world can match up with your intuition and your purpose and destiny. So really think about, who am I? Where am I going? Check in. Mars, Tuesday, initiate the plan, right? How can I achieve my goals, right? What do I need to do to finish my book? What do I need to do to write a rhyme from, to start my third album, right? What do I need to do to expand my tribe or my YouTube channel, right? So be in the flow with your purpose and destiny. And if you feel out of alignment, Tuesday's a great day to get into alignment. So I would do a lot of breath work and meditation and spending time around water, beach or pool, things like that. I might do a Tuesday morning exercise in the pool. There you go. All right. But trusting your intuition and your emotional intelligence. Even though it's not trining to Jupiter, we know Jupiter is in Cancer to help us and support us. The North Node in Pisces with the moon and the Cancer sun and Jupiter there, to feel safe and secure in our body. But how about feeling safe and secure in going with the flow? To really have that hashtag deep water faith, right? Because when you stay in faith, there is no worry. No worry, no stress, no anxiety. Uranus Gemini won't affect you. It's just like giving you downloads and shots of juice and ideas and thought and communication, inspiration. So really tap into that on Tuesday, okay? A little bit of Monday, but even more so, más grande on Tuesday. And that's going to be something to really, just empower us. Remember that this Mars, right? Because remember Mars in Virgo, it's very heavy mental, okay? And it's still conjunct Orcus, which is about investigating the truth, okay? So even at the 15 and 16 degrees, that is really telling you that, you know, you benefit from being heavy mental, right? Remember, we had that moon opposing Mars on Monday. And so Monday night as you were going to bed, and exploring the dreams and having the dream book, you know, reach out, book a birth chart reading, sign up for the newsletter, BigEAstrology.com. Cancer is obviously the birth chart sale, but you want to understand these energies. You want to get ready, Aries, Saturn people, for your Saturn return. So definitely, you know, you can book that on the website, the Saturn return chart. All right. So have a good Tuesday. Cancers, you got 6 days left. All right. Eric Taylor, Big E Astrology. Let's get to Miraculez, the 16th, and the Aries moon. Pew. Yo, Wednesday. Hump day. Wednesday is a good day. Miraculez, the planet Mercury is activated, right? And we know that Mercury is dancing, getting ready for its retrograde. Okay, you see it's all the way up to the 15th. It's slowing down because it's going retrograde on the late night 17th West Coast, but on the 18th, 45 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so that's, you know, Thursday night, Friday morning, Mercury's going to go retrograde. So I think it stops at 15 or 16. So Cancer, right? We're into that Pisces degree and the Cancer Pisces decan. So this is a very Piscean day. And now the moon's in Aries, and this Aries moon, as you're awakening, right, on Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern, you should already be up and at work and doing what you're doing. That moon's at 6 degrees. So as you awaken, though, the moon, right, even as we're sleeping in the middle of the night, the moon will hit Saturn and Neptune. So that's going to be interesting for your dreams. So make sure Wednesday morning you write down your dreams. See what comes up. See what comes up about your creativity, your boundaries, about accidents, impulsivity, you know, initiating, assertive, you know, competition. Those different themes may come up in your dreams Tuesday night into Wednesday morning as we leave the Martian day and get to the Mercury day, thought and consciousness. The Aries moon, right? And this is the lunar mansion of the South Node. So it's very wanting to be spiritual, but could be very explosive and bombastic. The Saturn, the Neptune, the moon, right? These are energies of fighting for freedom and sovereignty. What is real, right? We're getting very deceived with the AI over the technology and the internet. And even that moon sextiling Uranus, you know. But just remember, this moon is also going to be conjunct Ceres and Chiron. So you're going to experience that. The Aries moon at 6 degrees will finish up at 12 and then 13 on the West Coast. Okay? So then we should be at about 18 or 19 on Thursday. So it's going to wind up getting to trine as we go to bed, okay? And as you're sleeping, trining Mercury Leo. All right? So interesting night of dreams. So Thursday morning, you want to see what your dreams are about travel, about being brave and initiating. All right? Some of you may be in spiritual wars as you go to sleep at night, right? Fighting for the Galactic Federation. You may have visions of that, of how your courage and valor are here to help form the new Earth. And a lot of everything is spiritual warfare. World War III is already happening, and it's been happening because it's spiritual. You could say it started in the formation of this country, or you could say it started in the 40s or 50s. But it's been a spiritual battle, and really maybe all along, right? We're going back to Anunnaki and Palladian, and and the Greys and reptilians and things like that. right? But this is also, it's important, right? We have power. We got to call on our Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and really, tap in to be healthy and healed. Focus on your sovereignty. Focus on your spiritual practices, right? Remember, you don't have to be perfect, but try to do something. And don't beat yourself up. You don't have a good day of meditation or prayer. It's okay. You're human. So much is coming at us right now. We have got to have and that's what Saturn and Neptune are coming back into Pisces for. Are you sure you've got compassion, empathy, grace, and mercy for yourself first? I left you for a few months, but I don't think you really have it. It's coming to cement it back in, right? If you can't love yourself and be kind to yourself, how can you have this spiritual and energetic fuel to then dispense that to your spouse, your children, your friends, your coworkers, and the collective spiritual grid? You can't. Just like an airplane, right? Put on your mask first, pour into your cup first. It is so crucial. It's not selfish or self-centered, right? It's self-actualization, self-reliant. You've got to be the best version of yourself in order to be a part of the group, to help the group flourish and grow. You don't want to bring the group down where everybody's got to care for you and you're weak in the group. What do you bring to the table? What do you offer? My tribe, everybody is exceptional. Everybody has something to offer, and I'm so proud of that. It's very humbling. You want to join a real tribe and community, Knowledge is Love Tribe, www.community.BigEAstrology.com. Our fourth tribe meeting will be on Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, July 25th. But this Sunday on the 20th, I think 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have two tribe members, Hope and Stephen, lead everybody in a tarot lesson, do some tarot readings, and just explain how they do and use tarot cards. Very informative. It's going to be fun and cool. So, things like that. So just tap in. Wednesday is and also the moon is squaring Jupiter in Cancer. So when you have the Aries moon squaring Jupiter in Cancer, this is where you may emotionally, disagree with people's, ideologies, their laws, their teaching, their wisdom. Look at your Aries and Cancer houses and see within yourself where you may emotionally question, right, your philosophies and beliefs. It's quick, it's fleeting. It's okay. We have these moments. The moon moves so fast, you're only going to feel it for like a 4 hour, maybe a 4 to 6 hour window on Wednesday. And just know that your emotional intelligence is going to win out to your emotional mind doubting or questioning or, oh, you're not doing enough, or, oh, you're not good at meditating. Oh, you're not what do you think? You're a guru? It's fleeting. That is a fleeting square of the Aries moon squaring Jupiter Cancer. Don't trip. Okay? Hope that's helpful and makes sense. And it's lung day, jump rope, walking. Okay? And remember, a little health tip, the cardio should be done after the workout and you're lifting your weights, not before. That messes the whole body up in terms of the fat burn and cortisol and all that stuff. I don't know all the exact details, but I'm telling you, okay? So the running towards the end. And Wednesday, maybe you don't lift. Maybe you just walk and run. You should try to walk 30 minutes every day anyway. I know I'm trying to get back on that. Trying to get back on my stretching, my yoga, and my walking. It's a process. Listen, I'm far from perfect. I am so human. I'm a father, a husband, and and I have my business. So I don't always, I do pour into me. I take time to pour into me, but I don't always get to do it to the full extent of my heart's desires and of my mental intention. if that makes sense. And that's okay. But the gratitude, the prayer, the mindfulness, that never lacks. And that needs to start as soon as your eyes open in the bed and permeate and just flow out throughout the day. All right, so let's get ready as we get ready for this Cancer Leo cusp coming up. Okay, and that's going to begin at the 28th degree, so 4 more days, right? So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're going to start to feel that on Saturday night, Sunday. The Cancer Leo cusp, the cusp of oscillation. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Let's get to Thursday with Astro-Weather and this Aries moon rocking. Should be at around 18 degrees, right? Let's see. BigEAstro. Alright, try it Thursday, the day the planet Jupiter. Well, hopefully you're signing up for Coffee Talk. I haven't been talking about it, right? Well, it's this Friday. Mike Tyson, the Sagittarius moon, the Cancer sun. Iron Mike Tyson, the champ. Okay. He just turned 62 years old. It's Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 65 minutes via Zoom, only $13. You want to learn about this amazing life, from the movies to the one-man show to the acting to, Don King, Robin Givens, right? The loss to Buster Douglas, the loss of his child. Interesting person, interesting life. And now kind of like a motivational speaker too. Might be saying some deep stuff. So come to Coffee Talk this Friday. If you can't make it live, it's worth paying the $13. And just, take advantage of this amazing giant, the champ, Brooklyn's finest, all right? So where are we at? We're at the Cancer sun at 25 degrees, okay, on Thursday. 26, 27, 28. Yeah, so Sunday will be the 28th. Sunday will start the 20th will start the cusp, okay? So this year the cusp is from the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, okay? Some years it's on the 19th, but it's on the 20th, okay? Some years it may be on the 21st. But anywho, Cancer, we're in that final decan. Mercury is, it's getting ready to station. And so it stays at that 15. And we've got the Aries moon gonna be conjunct Chiron and Eris, right? Eris is a dwarf planet. It won't go to Taurus till 2044, so everybody living has Eris in Aries. And it's about creating chaos or discord to get to a spiritual awakening or higher truth, right? It deals with who is the golden apple, right? Who is the fairest of them all that stuff. So, the Aries moon. So now, this could be a very interesting, right? We're in that final decan. It's at 20 degrees. We'll finish up at like 26, maybe 27, East Coast and then West Coast. And the Aries moon, what did I say? I thought it'd be 18. Wow, it's moving quick. So the Aries moon is, as you're going to bed at midnight, it's going to hit Chiron. So that means Friday, right? Friday morning, we'll be in that Taurus moon around 3 degrees at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Okay. Anywhere from 2 to 4 degrees, but I think it should be at 3 degrees. So, this is interesting, this Aries moon at 20 degrees and for this day, right? It's going to be squaring the sun, moon square sun in Cancer, right? We came off that trine. So the sun in Cancer is being activated. This square, watch what's going on in the news Thursday and Friday as we get to Mercury retrograde. I feel like something's popping off, okay? And we're getting closer to the Leo new moon coming up on the 24th of July, right? As we get closer to, this Leo season starting on the 22nd, okay? So the Aries moon also, not trining anything in Sagittarius, but it will trine the galactic center as you go to bed, right? That's always there. The great attractor is there earlier, right? I don't have that in the chart, but the great attractor, I think, is at 14 degrees. This is really kind of giving us that energy of being more adventurous. Thursday, the weather's cooler out here in Arizona, probably the whole West Coast. It may be a good day to go for a hike or a walk. And Thursday is hips and thighs, so definitely squatting, and just doing more stuff outside, adventures, nature. Sun square moon, you may be caught up in your feelings and emotions. Try not to get into arguments with family Thursday. That could be, something that pops off Thursday night. So just be mindful of that. And NFL training camps begin. Okay, so that's coming up, I think, Thursday and Friday. Chargers and Lions are already there. The rest of the teams, I think, come towards the end of this week. I think it's Thursday and Friday. Which is funny, right? They're coming to work, back to work to start training camp on Mercury retrograde. So that's a whole nother conversation. But enjoy Thursday. Definitely sign up for Coffee Talk. Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Cash App, $BigEAstro. PayPal is a friend to my old business name, tailored to you coaching at gmail.com. That's the number 2 letter U, tailored, ED, to you coaching at gmail.com. And, pay attention to Mars is starting to move a little bit more in Virgo. It's kind of moving slow. Mars takes its time, right? But as it gets conjunct the South Node, there could be some, brothers, boyfriends, arguments from the past, or things that you haven't solved yet, problems from the past that are coming back up. But even it could be around your gut health and nutrition, right? We got to do our parasite cleanse with the boys before they get back to school. Maybe we start that on Thursday, okay? So these are the different things. Enjoy the Astro-Weather week. Definitely, I'll be Tuesday with Lisa Salvatore. I'll probably be on Wednesday or Thursday on, Knowledge is Love, episode 360. Okay, I'm gonna get to 400 by Thanksgiving. That's my prediction, or at least probably before Thanksgiving. But that's my hope. I just thank you. All right, have a great week, and be smart and be safe and be careful. All right, July 17th, Thursday, the day of the planet Jupiter, and reach out to your astrology guru. Remember, I do teach one-on-one classes, and then I think I'm going to teach my level 1 course again, maybe starting in the fall. The level 2, that may not happen to the spring, or maybe I'll do it over the summer. I don't, summer's hard. All right, Astro Weather Week. Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology. Pew. That's it. Astro Weather Week. I better see you Tuesday night on Lisa Salvatore. Wednesday and Thursday back with me, episode 360. Probably talking about the cusp of oscillation. But, I don't know. Maybe I talk about the silent generation. The boomers, or no, not the boomers, the silent. Pluto Cancer. My dad was Pluto Cancer. I was thinking about my grandma. She was amazing. So, when the moon's in Pisces, like now, I definitely tap in and connect and think about my mom. She was a Pisces moon, and shout out to all the Pisces moons out there. I got some in the tribe, and I, know some personally, and but my mom is a Pisces moon, and I just love her and miss her every day. So hopefully you enjoy the Astro-Weather week report, the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, the Pisces Aries moon. I'll be back to see you on Friday with the moon in Taurus for a Taurus Gemini moon weekend. Okay, we're getting closer to Leo season and the Leo new moon just 2 days after. All right, so get ready. Mercury retrograde when I see you. It'll already be retrograde when I see you Friday morning. All right, so just be mindful. This is the first Mercury retrograde. That's why you want to come see me and Lisa. Watch my YouTube video, but come and watch me and Lisa tomorrow night, because this is the first Mercury retrograde with Uranus and Gemini, Pluto and Aquarius. Nobody living has experienced this. Or even with Neptune and Aries, nobody's experienced this. So get ready for a wild 3 weeks. It's going to be interesting, and then that will lead us up to eclipse season. And you want to come to Coffee Talk in August, because we're going to talk about the eclipses. Don't want to miss that. Hope I see you Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Mike Tyson, only $13. Hit me up, holla at your boy. And Cancer birth chart sale ends on the 21st at midnight. Okay, that's Monday at midnight. So this is your last week, Cancers. You better book. Calendar's filling up, so you want to get your spot. And happy birthday. My friend had a friend over, a young lady, and she was just had her birthday the other day. She's a Cancer. She's sweet, sweet girl. All right, you guys. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro, Astro-Weather Week.